Have you ever met someone who just draws people in? They walk into a room and without saying much, the energy shifts. They make everyone laugh. Conversations with them flow effortlessly, and somehow everybody seems to like them. And the craziest thing is, it looks like they don't even have to try. It just seems natural. I'm sure you know somebody like that. Maybe it's a friend, a colleague, or even someone you've only met once but never forgot. But if I asked you why they're so likable, you'd probably struggle to give a clear answer, right? It's not that they're always incredibly good looking, have some high social status, or are the loudest person in the room. In fact, often they're quite the opposite. The secret to their magnetic presence is real charisma. Now, when you hear the word charisma, you might picture a smooth talking politician or a celebrity on a late night show. But that's a very narrow, almost cartoonish version of it. Real charisma is much more subtle, much more powerful, and far more attainable than you think. Charisma is the ability to make people feel comfortable, engaged, and genuinely interested in you, without them even realizing why. It's not about trying to impress others, it's about how you make them feel. It's the art of making someone feel like they are the only person in the room, that their stories matter, that their presence is valued. One thing most people get wrong about charisma is that they think it is something you're born with. We have this myth of the natural, the person who just has it, but that's not true. Charisma isn't some mystical, unlearnable gift bestowed upon a chosen few. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be understood, practiced, and developed. In today's video, I'll break it all down for you. We'll take a quick look at some common things people believe make them more likable. And while they're not entirely wrong, they won't be able to give you that deep, authentic charisma we're talking about. These are the surface level tricks, the social hacks. They can be useful, but they are the icing, not the cake. Instead, I'll show you three key concepts that will actually make you naturally charismatic without feeling like you're trying to hard or putting on a fake persona. This isn't about memorizing lines or faking a smile. This is about shifting your internal state, changing the very foundation of how you interact with the world. So make sure to stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to become the kind of person others are genuinely, almost magnetically, drawn to. Now I know this because I've been on both sides of the spectrum. When I was younger, I was extremely introverted. In school, I was always the quiet one, the observer in the corner, never the center of attention. It wasn't that I had no friends or that people disliked me, but I was just unremarkable. I was social wallpaper. Especially when it came to girls, I was painfully shy. My mind would race. I was always overthinking, terrified of saying or doing something wrong, something embarrassing. So most of the time, I just didn't say anything at all. I chose silence as my shield. This went on for years, and at some point, when I was around 17 or 18, I'd had enough. I was tired of feeling like a ghost in my own life. I was tired of feeling uncomfortable in social situations, of watching opportunities for connection pass me by because I was too locked in my own head. That's when I started to read everything I could get my hands on. Books like Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People, or Leo Londi's How to Talk to Anyone. And while those books had some great, genuinely useful tips, I quickly realized something important. A lot of the advice out there focuses on surface level tricks to seem more charismatic. Things like using people's names frequently in conversations, maintaining strong, unbroken eye contact, or lightly touching someone's arm while talking. Again, these can all be useful and they do work to some extent. They are tools, but real charisma doesn't come from memorizing a toolbox of social tricks. It comes from something deeper. It's an internal state that radiates outward. And I would break that something deeper down into three main concepts. First, what I call giver's energy. Second, an unshakable presence. And third, the first mover's rule. Let's look at them one by one. And in much more detail, when you think about the most charismatic people you know, what is it about them that makes them so magnetic? It's not just their confidence or how they carry themselves, though those are part of it. The real foundational reason people are drawn to them is their energy, specifically what I call giver's energy dot at its core. Giver's energy is about having pure, positive intentions in your interactions. It's a fundamental shift in your social objective. Most people enter a conversation with a subconscious and sometimes conscious goal of getting something. They are, in essence, takers. They might be thinking, how can I get this person to like me? What can I gain from this conversation? How can I impress them? How can I prove I'm smart or funny or successful? A charismatic person, one who embodies giver's energy, naturally thinks the opposite. Their internal monologue is, how can I make this person feel good? How can I add value to this interaction? How can I make them feel seen, heard, and appreciated? And here's the key. It's not about forcing it or being overly polite and saccharine. It's not about being a people pleaser who agrees with everything. It's about being authentic. People are naturally, almost supernaturally, good at picking up on energy and intent, even if they don't realize it consciously. If you approach a conversation with a transactional mindset, a taker's mindset, they will feel it. It makes interactions feel off, forced, or even manipulative. It creates a subtle tension in the air. You know that feeling when someone is talking to you, but you can tell they're just waiting for their turn to speak. Or when someone gives you a compliment that feels like it has an agenda attached. That's the feeling of a taker's energy. On the other hand, when you genuinely enjoy seeing others happy, when you find joy in making someone else's day a little brighter, they sense that too, and they will naturally be drawn to you. It's like social gravity. We are all, on some level, starved for genuine, positive human connection. When someone offers it freely, without asking for anything in return, it's incredibly attractive. Think about it. When someone gives you a genuine compliment, one that feels specific and heartfelt, it lands differently. When someone laughs at your joke, not a polite chuckle, but a real deep belly laugh, it creates an instant connection. That's because their reaction isn't about trying to impress you or manage your perception of them. It's just pure, unadulterated, positive energy flowing from them to you. The best part about giver's energy is that it's not about memorizing tricks or forcing yourself to act a certain way. It's simply about expressing the positive thoughts you already have, but often keep to yourself. We all have them. We walk through life noticing things. You see someone with a really cool, unique jacket. You hear someone tell a story with incredible passion and enthusiasm. You notice a colleague handled a difficult client with amazing grace. A lot of people have these positive thoughts in their head, but they never express them. A little voice inside says, don't say it. It'll be weird. They'll think you want something. They'd probably hear that all the time. So we suppress it. We hold back the positive energy that a person with giver's energy doesn't hold back. If you think someone has a cool jacket, you say, hey, that's a really awesome jacket. It looks great on you. If someone tells a funny story, you laugh genuinely, instead of holding back with a polite smile. If someone is passionate about something, even if it's a topic you know nothing about, you show real interest, you lean in, you ask questions. Wow, you really light up when you talk about that. What is it about the topic that you love so much? You give them the gift of your full attention and curiosity, instead of just waiting for your turn to talk about what you're passionate about. This doesn't mean you should go around showering. People with fake, empty compliments just for the sake of it, being overly nice or trying too hard to be liked can have the opposite effect. It makes you seem fake, insecure, and manipulative. It comes across as taker energy disguised as giver energy. People can smell the desperation. Giver's energy is about being real. It's about noticing what you naturally and genuinely like, admire, or appreciate about people and simply verbalizing it. It's about sharing your positive inner world with the outer world. Charismatic people don't need anything from you. They aren't trying to win the conversation. They aren't keeping a social scorecard. They just bring a light, positive, generous energy into social interactions, and people feel good around them because of it. They leave people feeling a little better than they found them. So, next time you're talking to someone, try this experiment. Stop thinking about how you're coming across. Stop worrying about what to say next. Instead, put 100% of your focus on the other person. Your only goal is to make them feel good in an authentic way. Listen to understand, not just to reply. Look for something you genuinely find interesting or admirable about them and mention it. That single shift in intention from getting to giving will instantly make you more charismatic than 1,000 memorized social tricks. If givers, energy is the warmth that makes people feel good around you. Then uncheckable presence is the solid ground beneath their feet that makes them respect you. It's that calm, steady, centered energy that makes someone feel like a leader, like someone who isn't easily shaken by what others think or say. It's the quiet confidence that radiates from a person who is completely at home in their own skin at its core. Uncheckable presence comes down to one simple, powerful belief. No matter what happens, I'll be okay. Let that sink in for a moment. No matter what happens, I'll be okay. If this person doesn't like me, I'll be okay. If I say something awkward, I'll be okay. If I get rejected, I'll be okay. If I fail, I'll be okay. This mindset changes everything. It removes the desperation from your interactions. It makes you more attractive in a non-try-hard way. It allows you to stay calm and composed in any situation because your sense of self-worth isn't on the line in every single conversation. People are naturally drawn to those who don't seek approval, but instead stand firm in who they are. This is because most people on some level are constantly seeking validation. They are outsourcing their self-esteem to the opinions of others. When they meet someone who generates their self-esteem internally, it's both fascinating and reassuring. It makes that person feel safe and strong. Most people spend an enormous amount of mental and emotional energy worrying about their reputation. How do others see me? What do people think of me? Are they judging my clothes, my job, my story? Truly charismatic people, those with an uncheckable presence, focus on their character instead. Your reputation is who others think you are. Your character is who you really are. And here's the thing, your reputation is almost entirely out of your control. No matter what you do, people will always have their own opinions, filtered through their own biases, moods, and life experiences. You can be the kindest person in the world, and someone will still decide you're secretly manipulative. You can be a genius, and someone will think you're an arrogant all dot. The only thing you can truly control is your character, your values, your integrity, your principles, how you treat people, especially when no one is watching. The moment you shift your focus from what do people think about me to am I living in alignment with my values? Am I being the person I want to be? You'll notice a huge change. You'll stop seeking validation because you're validating yourself. You'll stop over-explaining yourself because you have nothing to prove. And paradoxically, people will respect you more for it. One of the fastest ways to build an uncheckable presence is to be brutally, yet kindly, honest. Not in a rude, I'm just telling it like it is way, but in a way that shows you have nothing to hide. Charismatic people don't say things just to please others. They're real. They mean what they say, and they say what they mean. They don't exaggerate their accomplishments, pretend to know things they don't, or twist the truth to fit in. And because of that, people trust them. Their words have weight. If you have nothing to hide and nothing to prove, you become incredibly powerful in social situations. You no longer feel the need to convince anyone of anything. You speak your truth and you let people react however they want. Their reaction is their business, not yours. Your business is to be authentic to your character. Another thing you'll notice about people with an uncheckable presence is that they aren't overly focused on individual interactions. They aren't thinking, I hope this person likes me. They have a bigger vision, a purpose that matters more to them than any single social interaction. When you have a clear purpose, whether that's building a business, mastering a skill, raising a family, or simply improving yourself every day, you naturally exude a quiet confidence. You're not desperate for approval from a stranger at a party because you have something bigger driving you. Your life has a direction, a North Star. People respect those who move with intention rather than drifting around seeking validation. And ironically, when you stop caring so much about how you come across, people naturally start paying more attention to you. Your indifference to their approval is in itself magnetic. One of the biggest mistakes people make in social situations is trying to prove themselves. They feel the need to explain, to justify, to impress. They name drop, they list their achievements. They subtly, or not so subtly, try to steer the conversation to topics where they can shine. This comes from a place of insecurity. It's a sign that they believe their inherent worth isn't enough. So they have to supplement it with external proof. But the truth is, you don't need to convince anyone of anything. If someone doesn't get you, that's okay. If someone doesn't like you, that's okay too. You are not for everyone, and that is a feature, not a bug. Charismatic people don't chase approval. Instead, they live by a simple, powerful rule. This is who I am. If you connect with that, great. If not, that's fine too. When you stop needing approval, you become naturally confident. And when you combine that unshakable, self-contained confidence with the warmth of giver's energy, you become the kind of person others truly admire and respect. You are both warm and strong, inviting and self-assured. It's a rare and powerful combination that if giver's energy makes people feel good around you, and unshakable presence makes them respect you. And the first mover's rule is what makes people notice you in the first place. It's the catalyst. It's the spark that ignites the social fire. Charismatic people don't sit back and wait for things to happen. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They take the first step. They initiate conversations. They introduce themselves first, and they set the tone in social interactions. Most people hesitate in social situations. They're passive observers waiting for a clear, unambiguous sign that it's okay to speak up or make a move. They're waiting for someone else to give them permission. Charismatic people don't need that permission. They give it to themselves. They create the moment instead of waiting for it. Have you ever been in a group of people where no one knows each other? At a party, a networking event, the first day of a class, there's that palpable, awkward silence. Everyone is looking at their phone, staring at their shoes, avoiding eye contact. Most people stand there, trapped in that awkwardness, waiting for someone else to break the ice. But charismatic people, the first movers, don't wait. They go first. They are the first to turn to the person next to them, smile, and say, "Hey, I'm Name. Nice to meet you." They're the first to crack a simple, low-stakes joke to lighten the mood. They're the first to ask a question and get the conversation going. So what brings you here today? By being the first one to engage, they immediately take the social pressure off everyone else. They absorb that initial awkwardness and transform it into a connection. And people love that. It makes them feel more comfortable, more at ease, and they are naturally drawn to the person who made that happen. The initiator becomes the de facto leader of the interaction. A lot of people hold back in conversations because they're afraid of rejection. They play a game of social chicken. They wait to see if the other person likes them first before showing any real interest or vulnerability. They'll give non-committal answers and wait for the other person to lead. Charismatic people flip that mindset entirely. Instead of thinking, do they like me? They operate from a place of curiosity and assume the best. Their mindset is, do I like them? Let's find out. They're not afraid to give a genuine compliment first. They're not afraid to ask a personal, yet respectful question first. They are not afraid to show enthusiasm first. By leading with warmth and curiosity, they make the other person feel seen and valued, which instantly makes them more engaging and memorable. They put their cards on the table. I'm interested in connecting with you. This confidence is incredibly appealing. This principle goes far beyond just starting conversations. It applies to all forms of social leadership. Think about making plans with a group of friends. How often does this happen? Someone says, we should all hang out soon. Everyone agrees. Yeah, totally. And then nothing. Weeks go by. The idea dies in the ambiguity dot, or a group chat endlessly debates where to go for dinner. I don't know. What do you feel like? I'm good with whatever. You pick. It's a vortex of indecision. Instead of waiting, a charismatic person, a first mover, will make the call. They'll say, great, let's do Saturday at 7 p.m. This new Italian spot on Main Street looks great. I've heard good things. I'll make a reservation for us. If that doesn't work for anyone, let me know by tomorrow. This kind of decisiveness is rare and incredibly valuable. It shows confidence, leadership, and a willingness to take responsibility. It moves things from abstract possibility to concrete reality. People are naturally attracted to those who make things happen. Many people believe they need to feel confident first before they can take action. But the truth is, it's the other way around. Confidence doesn't precede action, it follows it. Confidence is the result of taking action. When you start speaking up first, showing interest first, and making decisions first, you're training your brain and your nervous system. You are proving to yourself through repeated action that you can handle these situations. You survive the potential awkwardness. You survive the potential rejection. And over time, it becomes effortless. The fear shrinks and your confidence grows. The first mover's rule isn't about being the loudest or most dominant person in the room. It's not about being aggressive or pushy. It's about being the one who generously provides the social lubrication. It's about setting a positive, open, and engaging tone. It's about taking the lead and making it easier for others to connect with you and with each other. So there you have it. The 3 pillars of genuine: authentic charisma, giver's energy, the warmth that makes people feel good, uncheckable presence, the strength that makes people respect you. The first mover's rule, the initiative that makes people notice you. When you combine all 3 of these concepts, you'll naturally develop the kind of charisma that draws people in without you even trying. You won't have to put on an act or remember a bunch of social tricks. Your interactions will flow from a place of authenticity, confidence, and generosity. People will simply feel good around you. They will feel respected by you. And they will remember you as the person who made them feel seen. And that right there is what makes someone truly, unforgettably charismatic. Now, applying these concepts isn't always easy. Breaking the ice, making the first move, and taking the lead all require you to step out of your comfort zone. It means being willing to be vulnerable, to risk rejection, and to face that internal voice of fear that tells you to play it safe. I know exactly how hard it is to push past that fear and take action when everything inside you wants to retreat, to stay quiet, to remain visible. But it is necessary. It is the only way to grow. You must fully understand the importance of taking that first difficult step. That's why I created a video specifically about overcoming that initial hurdle, about building the courage to act. So if you want to start to make real, tangible progress in your life, to stop being a spectator and start being a participant, make sure to check it out. Thank you for watching. I'll see you there.